morning, everyone, and thank you for sticking with us as we ironed out a couple of tech problems in this morning. It is an early Sunday morning for many of us, some of us more than others, and we are all very proud to be here for Sunday Brunch Club presents Utharian Legends, the penultimate episode, episode 16. We are right there on the cusp of being done for the season. 2 weeks will be our season finale. We will have some guests, we will have some drama, but we've got to get through this episode first, and that is not going to be an easy feat for our party. Checking on the tweet challenge, because I have to do so. You all have managed to blow that one out of the water as well, so everyone will take an advantage to be used as they will at some point in this session. And I'm just going to have to scale that up something fierce for the actual season finale, because clearly 25 is too small a challenge for everyone. But that's how that goes sometimes.
It just means people love us.
It's true. Or take pity on you, one of the two. Whatever gets you that advantage, that's what counts.
Yep.
All right. So when last we left our heroes, they had fought a pitched battle in a dockside warehouse against Snarl Dimchest and his minions. They managed to come out on top, and Sobis now holds two parts of his defeated adversary. The carcass, so to speak, as well as the jaw of Snarl Dimchest in different hands. So we're going to pick up right where we left off and see what we can get up to today. So before we get into things, I just want to have everybody check with me real quick and tell me whether you are in or out of the warehouse. Because we had a couple of folks that had stepped outside. The warlock had managed to try to escape down the dockside wharf, but got felled pretty quickly. So some were in and some were out, and since it's been 2 weeks and my memory's not that great, I figured we'd go around the circle here and get a listing of everyone as to whether you are inside or outside that warehouse. So Sobis, as I recall, you were inside the warehouse, but I may be remembering incorrectly.
I am very much inside. I believe I'm on the staircase.
That sounds right. Robin, where are you?
Robin is just outside the warehouse. He ran out. He Misty stepped outside and failed the hero landing, and then is still just outside the warehouse door looking in. So he has seen Sobis go in, and he's not yet give chase.
Gloriosa, what about you?
Outside.
All right. And Alma?
Outside, about to chase down that warlock.
All right. And Lunez?
Yep, outside.
All right, so Sobis is the only one that's inside. Everybody is outside. Excellent. Would those who are outside give me a perception check?
I'm going to use my new Seer dice.
Do it.
I'm a halfling. Okay. 19.
18 on Robin.
Give me just a second.
Gloriosa, is that a good cover mouth or a bad cover mouth?
I got a natural 20, so plus 3 is 23.
Very nice.
Nice.
Gloriosa can perceive your soul.
Everything.
Sorry, I didn't have D&D Beyond up.
Oh, you're fine.
Alma is blinded by rage right now, so her perception, I rolled a 1 plus 4, so I got a 5.
Well, we have
I-
both the whole gamut there.
Yeah.
All right. So Alma won't notice this. Robin and Lunez will hear the sound of approaching footsteps. Gloriosa, you can hear that they are coming from both sides of the warehouse and are coming around the corners.
Is it a lot of footsteps
You'd guess at least a dozen people.
on each side, or like 6 and 6? or
Total,
what?
6 and 6.
Okay. We might have company.
What do we do? What do we do? Should we hide? I'm doing this via telepathy, by the way.
And Robin will just go, stall. Don't let them kill anyone else. We need answers. I'm sorry. And we'll Misty step away.
Okay, where are you misty stepping to?
That depends. From Robin's vantage point, does he know that Sobus is headed up the set of stairs, or does Robin just know he went in the building?
He went in the building.
Okay, so I couldn't tell like to the right or to the left which way he would have turned. All right, so Robin just misty steps into the warehouse. Trying to make sure he's not within view of the door. Actually, I have to be able to see, can't I?
Yeah, you have to
So-
be able to see where you're headed.
Then in that case, I can still see into the second story window, yes?
Yes.
All right, so I will misty step into the catwalk up on the second story of the warehouse.
Okay. So as Robin poofs into the shadow and steps away, on either side of the warehouse come half a dozen men and women wearing chainmail armor, carrying heavy crossbows, and with a white pauldron tabard over their armor, with red insignias for their rank. Gloriosa, you'll recognize these as troopers of the Special Task Force for the Orderly Restraint of Mages. Specifically,
Orderly restraint of maidens.
mages.
Oh, there's a storm coming.
These are the troopers that are sent out to arrest magic users specifically. And as they come around the corner, their captain, who is also wearing a holy symbol of the healing god, shouts out, "Everyone freeze and stay where you are."
Gloriosa is gonna just be like, hey, hang on. We were attacked. We were attacked. We defended ourselves. Look.
I slowly raise my hands.
I'm a little concerned about what Alma is doing.
Alma's not going to raise her hands because she is a spellcaster. And she doesn't want to get shot.
I feel like raising your hands is a sign of aggression for a spellcaster.
For me, it
No,
is.
not you.
It's more like hold your hands together for a minute.
Just go like this.
just
Except for one of my spells, I actually clap them together.
you do.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
You just stay still.
We're
You
just going to
sit there
stay
and look
still.
pretty, honey. Like,
Although
you're
she
good.
is resisting the urge to go and tackle that warlock, just so you know.
The warlock is down on the ground, and is also at least two of the soldiers are pointing crossbows at the warlock. So
Damn.
everyone currently visible has crossbows on.
So she's just going to stand there.
I offer up a cookie to the mages, to the soldiers or whatever.
Oh God, your cookie's gonna get you shot.
Cookie?
Bribery is an offense in this city.
I'm not trying to
Since
bribe.
when? I mean, we were attacked. We are not we are the victims here. Hi, I'm Gloriosa. It's nice to meet you. I've seen you around. It's cool. Hi,
Wait, give us your name again.
Gloriosa Zaludi.
You have a last name? Lunas asked that, by the way.
Of course, I have a last name. Don't you?
Yes. Lunas Velasco.
This is my associate Alma Verklempt.
Alma verfucht.
Yeah, so what do you want? I mean, with all due respect.
So you claim self-defense for the combat here,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you claim to be Lunez, Gloriosa, and Alma of 5-Point Strike.
Yes.
Yep.
You three are under arrest for the impersonation of the honorable dead.
No.
Honorable dead. Who died?
The
I'm
ambassadors
sorry.
of the queens were killed.
Oh.
Alma is going to turn
Oh.
to Dude Buddy and say, get Ilmare down here. And in the meantime, you will not touch a single one of us. Is that understood?
Gloriosa is just gonna turn and look at Alma with the biggest "I told you so" face on the planet.
And she's going to look back at Gloriosa and say, not now.
Ilmari is currently overseeing the trial of another set of imposters of this group.
What?
What? Who would impersonate us?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to skip over that for just a second. Then get the queens. I don't care if it's not one of the queens or Amare. You are not going to come down here and arrest us for shit.
Well, no, hang on. We don't actually have to. I mean, the queens are very busy.
Glory.
No, stop. We can just cast Zone of Truth or something.
No magic. We're watching all of you. We know that you're known to be mages. There were fireballs that went off here, according to reports.
Nobody. Well,
I want to meet the variants, though. That's Robo, not Lunas, obviously. So, do you want to get our friends, or...
I'm gonna step really heavily on Lunas' foot.
You have others inside the building?
Oh my god.
Of course! We are 5-Point Strike. There's 3 of us here.
The other 2 are in the building?
I think so. Last I check. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna cast message. I'm not even.
You know Lunas can't lie, so...
The warlock?
Yeah, get that one. That one's really bad.
Hands behind her back and a gag in the mouth to prevent casting. And she'll be basically hauled up onto her feet and brought along. 5 of the soldiers are going inside the building and will be looking for anyone inside the warehouse. So Sobis and Robin, what are you up to?
So
Okay, so we're just going for what was happening to us during that convo.
Yeah.
All right, so
As you guys can hear the shouting outside.
that all really depends on which one of us perceives the other first. As Robin Misty steps up there.
I'll roll a perception check. It's not going to be good. I lied.
do the same.
It was amazing. Dirty 20.
You.
Because
Something is.
things just don't go Robin's way. They just
No, they don't.
I'm sorry.
Everyone rolls with advantage against Robin.
I didn't roll with advantage. I just rolled really good.
I know. Well, Robin got a 21, so there.
Okay,
Aha.
cool.
Called literal one-upmanship.
All right, so Sobis is walking up the stairs, body in one hand, jaw in the other hand. Once he gets up the stairs, he's going to lay Snarl out on his back. And he's going to carve a couple names into his chest. And that's what he's doing.
Sobi. I am sorry. I should not have gone that way, but killing him won't get you free.
Halfway through what you're saying, you just get Soba's face like lightning fast, just death glare, lightning in the eyes, just like it's trying to describe the stare, like a stop what you're doing right now stare, like the stare I give Vex. Just like a and then goes
That's
back
fine.
to what he's doing.
That's fair. If you want to hurt me, if you want to take your revenge, that's okay. I deserve what I get. And so does he. So does Snarl. Killing him could send you to Red. It won't make you free. You could get recaptured. It could just be that you belong to Red after this. Killing him just makes the suffering he caused permanent. Your mom, Sobis, she could go back to someone else if we don't find these contracts. And I'm sorry, I should never have tried to make you stop without choosing to. And you have every right to hate me for that. And if we're done here and you never want to see me again, that's fine. But if you have to go away, I just want you to go free. And he might be the only one who knows where those contracts are, buddy. We can use him and then we can destroy him. But we have to but there's only one way to destroy what he's done. And we have to find those contracts.
DM,
Yes.
before we continue this roleplay, out of game, is Snarl dead?
By the time you start carving on him, he is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
No,
Because that
Yeah.
definitely covers that last death save.
Okay. I was under the impression that like after the jaw thing that he was just already donezo.
Yeah, he's toast.
Okay, cool.
And it is about this moment when the
Oh, I have one more
footfalls
thing to
of-
do.
All right, take your thing.
Let me do one more thing.
Yeah, so the whole time that Robin has been talking, Sobis has been carving. He will carve Sigtu right here. He will carve Aldra here, Odrix, and then Mika, center of the chest. And then he will pick up the body, half-heartedly toss it over to Finn and say, do what you want with him. And then he will walk back downstairs.
Who's Finn?
With him. I'm doing an accent.
With him.
Oh, with him.
Shut up.
Nice save, though. Nice save.
Yeah, and then he'll walk back downstairs and continue. Okay.
And this is the moment when the troops storm into the warehouse and will point their heavy crossbows at both of you.
Yeah.
Freeze, you're under arrest for the impersonation of the honorable dead.
Well, I've been rumored to be dead, but never rumored to be honorable. So here's a first.
I don't know if I even I'm pretty sure my axe is still at the entrance of this warehouse. I don't even think I have it.
Yeah, I think it's on the ground near the door.
Yeah. So sure.
Robin assumes this kind of gesture right here. You are to take us to the authorities. That's fine. It's time for us to talk to them anyways. We need the queens to know what's going on here, but this body holds information, and we need some access to some very urgent resurrection magic only to extract the information from this individual. This is an agent of a dragon.
We'll bring the body with us. The queens are holding court to determine the fate of all of the imposters so far.
Question, DM. Do I have, because I was made, if I recall, like the executioner.
Oh, you've got all sorts of fancy power.
Do I have like a token, like a badge, like a thing that says like I'm this person?
Nope.
Hold on.
You were just given the authority.
Let me peruse my inventory.
Giving them the ear.
I threw the ear. Remember?
Yeah. Did we actually get a symbol of ambassadorship?
Nobody asked for it.
No, we didn't.
We did.
Ooh, okay.
We were just so excited to. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I got nothing. Yeah, so Sobis will just raise his hands. He's a lot less agitated. Like he just dropped a bag off his back. He's just kind of going with the flow now. But also every now and then just gives a glance towards the docks while dealing with the guards.
The guards will march Robin and Sobis out into the group outside.
What was the name of the ship Snall came in on? Here
I bet
comes
Glory
Glory,
knows.
saving the day, note taken all of the way. You just got a
While
Saturday
she's looking
morning.
that up out of game.
How many
Like,
pages of notes?
Ben, you
is
look
that
like
back?
you're about to go like.
You only think this was an effort of submission, but soon, disguise self. That would not help me escape. It would just be like, oh, we have a different looking prisoner.
Yeah.
I mean, I played Skyrim. I know how this ends. They just go,
Right.
oh, how the heck did you end up here? Guess what? You still die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very bad idea. All I have written in my notes from last session is Squirrel Lunas.
Okay, well,
I was very distracted.
so if we are being marched outside, Robin will try to, unthreateningly point to the ship that Snall came off of. That's the ship of this kobold. It needs to be impounded. It needs to be stopped right now. We need to stop that ship. There's probably more agents on it, and several indentures as well. The queens
I'll
need to
call
know.
in the regular guard to take a look at it. Will you and your group come peacefully, or do we need to do this the hard way?
Can we wait for a minute until the regular guard gets here? Because it would be really great if we could keep an eye on that ship until it's taken into custody.
That ship cannot leave harbor on matters of security of the public, of the city, of this whole continent. Probably that ship can't leave harbor.
The captain kind of nods and pulls out a whistle and blows it with 3 short staccato bursts. And a few minutes later, there are dockside guards that come over to the area, and he directs them onto the ship. And they start essentially taking everyone up onto the deck, start taking note of who's on the ship, getting names, all of that stuff.
What do you want me to roll to memorize that note?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Just in case. 19.
Sure, you got it.
Okay. Cool. Never know.
You never know. The captain will look at Robin. Is that sufficient? Will you all come peacefully now?
Take us to their majesties.
They give Alma a sidelong glance, given that she was the most resistant of the party thus far.
I'll walk, but don't you fucking touch me.
As long as you're coming peacefully, there's no need for restraints.
We're good. We're good. It's all good. We're good.
Are they bringing the body with us?
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Did
As
someone
well as the
pick up
warlock.
my axe?
The axe was picked up by a guard, yes.
Wonderful. Okay.
They've also picked up the other bodies that were in the warehouse that you guys killed earlier. There's a wagon that is being loaded with the bodies. They're actually being treated relatively kindly, all things considered, and actually being piled in. They're just sort of laid in one next to another. It's just carrying several corpses is probably more than what this group is prepared to do. And you will be walked through the city up to the palace. The charges that have been laid on you sort of circulate as rumors ahead of your travel. And every so often, someone peeks out, and there are a couple of boos as you're walked through the city. The idea of people impersonating 5 Point Strike is apparently an unpopular one.
That's, I'm almost surprised. Not gonna lie. Slightly surprised.
Why are they booing us?
Lunez, can you not talk for a minute? Just for a minute. Just not talking.
Well, Moonchild, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is more people loved us than we thought. The bad news, they think we're not us now.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Well, if anyone had any thoughts about proving your identity, now would be the time to get started.
There's only one us, so we can just show what we got.
Apparently there's more than one us, actually, right now.
But nobody can actually do what we can do.
No
Right.
argument there.
And I
But-
just, a little bit of sparkly glitter floats around my head, like a tiny little star. You know what we can do?
Here,
As
cookies
soon
and
as
your-
you cast,
Oh,
Oh shit!
two of the troopers run up on either side of you
oh, Lunez.
and hold their crossbows at point blank range.
Alma
I didn't
is
do
going to
anything.
immediately stop walking and turn around to them.
Lunez,
Yeah,
we
we're all
have to
gonna probably stop.
we have to do no magic until we reach the queens. We prove ourselves to the queens, we prove everything. These guys are a bunch of hammers, and to them, everything looks like a nail.
Right.
Okay. Sorry.
Alma's going to mutter, yeah, with the brain size of a fucking hammer, too.
They're just doing what they need to. They're just doing what keeps the city safe. They've been keeping the city safe while we're gone. It's
Where's
not
the
a bad thing.
where's the warlock in relation to us?
At the back of the line, just in front of about 3 of the troopers.
Alma's gonna turn her head to look at Glory and just say, No, what they did was they messed with my ability to kill that bitch back there, and so I'm a little angry right now. They are inconveniencing my day.
Well, then, maybe you should have planned out your day better. Stop.
She's gonna walk a few paces ahead of Glory and just not talk to anybody until we get back to the Queens.
All right. So when you reach the palace, the captain of the guards that is escorting you will lead you all into one large holding cell in a set of 4 of them. The other 3 cells, one of them is empty. One of them has a pair of what look like half-elves, by your guess. One of them looks like Robin's distant stunt double. Like, he wouldn't pass for Robin up close, but like, if you had to like watch him make a big jump over something, you could buy it. The other one is dressed like Glory.
Are you kidding? This is what passes for me? I mean, how close are we to these guys now?
You guys are now within talking distance. You're probably maybe 20, 30 feet from that cell.
This is what passes for me? I mean, honestly, look. You got the nose all wrong.
Yeah, the Eye of Horus is completely wrong. It's not only on the wrong eye, but it's drawn incorrectly. It looks like it's just an X.
They never get the nose right.
You never get the nose right.
So how's Glory look?
Glory's
God.
double. Her hair is too long, by about a hand and a half, but it looks like she wasn't willing to cut it. The dye job is fair to middling. Hair dye not being a thing that's super duper common, but it looks like it was probably henna, or a henna-like plant that got it there. The dress looks actually quite good. Looks like it could have been stolen out of Glory's wardrobe.
This is a Friday night cosplay for a Saturday morning con, guys. Like, what are we doing?
How do the rest of us look?
The far cell has a Lunez and an Alma. There does not appear to be a Sobis impersonator, at least in this group.
Oh,
Difficult to fake.
Lunez's impersonator is a gnome and not a halfling.
listen.
So, ish. Like, again, distant stunt double-esque sort of thing. If you're not looking too close, it probably works. Alma's impersonator is apparently thinking that she was still Summer. So she's got long, fiery red hair and a dress that Alma would not wear even in the heat of spring.
Oh, clearly they didn't pay attention.
I'm not even that small.
I mean, she matches your attitude right now.
Oh, danger. Oh, danger.
Got it, Bolt. No, I'm just kidding.
Did they take our did they try to take our weapons when we came in here?
They did not take any of your weapons because you came peacefully, but there are half a dozen troops with their crossbows still in the area, keeping an eye on the cells.
Sobis does not have his weapon.
Sobis does not have his weapon.
Nope. Poor Sobis.
So I've still got my daggers and my crossbow.
Yes.
A gnome. Incredible. Wow. Okay. No. This
I don't
is
know where they
Robo, by
got
the
their
way.
reference from, but the yellow and the orange in her hair is all wrong.
Well, at this point, the fact that they've done a poor job might go in our favor of separating the imposters from the real deal.
I'm telling you, as soon as Omari gets here, we will be out of this.
We won't be that lucky.
You underestimate my ability to persuade people. And I have a very close relationship with Omari and the Queens. We will get out of here in no time.
Isn't
Close
Ilmara
relation-
here? They told us that they were doing a trial for somebody else, so I'm guessing Ilmara is here.
Gloriosa's double looks over. The Queens and Omare are all in the audience chamber dealing with the other group. If you think we didn't look accurate, and honestly, I don't know who did all of your tailoring, you don't look anything like the real thing. The group ahead of
Excuse me.
us is even worse.
Oh, we're here with them, right?
Yes, you're in a neighboring cell.
We're in like a
I'm-
holding
I-
cell.
I'm sorry.
Wait, wait.
Inglorious bastard, the adults are talking. Thank you. Good
Actually,
night.
where's your cookie bag? I turned to the gnome.
Okay, wait.
It was taken. All of our stuff was taken.
What was it? Do you have any cookies inside, or what is it?
Of course,
What-
oatmeal
what-
raisin.
Guard, can I kill him? I
I,
want to
s-
kill him.
I start to almost glow, but no.
If you want to get searched and restrained some more, by all means, take out these worthless fuckers. But seeing as we've got bigger problems, and as soon as we solve them, we can totally handle these guys.
No, wait.
Probably
I
best
wanna
to
know-
ignore the rabble.
Wait, okay, like, why are there two groups of people impersonating 5 Point Strike? Why?
Well, we're the ones that got caught.
Yes, I am aware of that. But why?
All right, you want to know what we were in? I tell you what, if you tell us what your reasoning was, we'll tell you ours.
Go first.
Five-point strike after their eulogy. There were a lot of rumors that they escaped on a different boat and weren't actually dead. So we were going around putting together a collection to help defend the city.
That's an amateur con. Robin.
And as cute as that is, you really didn't think that would end with an arrest?
It wouldn't have ended with an arrest if our Lunez hadn't gotten caught with his hand in somebody else's cookie jar in the middle of the adventure.
And I turn to everybody. I mean, it's something I would do, to be
It
honest.
is something you would do. Oh my
It is
God.
commitment to the con, but if you're going to con, you at least need some kind of misdirection. I mean, you don't even have a Sobus.
Dragonborn are hard to come by.
Yes, which is why it's
so then you're
very
just 4-point fucks instead of 5-point strike. So
Heyo.
Almost
Yes,
Duplicate
ma'am.
gives her a really dirty look at that comment.
Oof.
Robin
And
just throws his
adjusts
hand
her
in the
dress a
air
little bit.
for the first time in a minute. Robin throws his hand in the air. Yes, ma'am. Come on, Ice Queen. That's what I'm talking about.
So you were trying to protect the city while... And I almost start saying, well, we, until somebody does something.
Oh,
well,
no.
Protect the city.
They said they were taking up a collection. They didn't say where they were depositing the collection.
In their own pockets.
That tends to be where it goes.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna
If you're going to run a fake charity scam, you don't pocket the whole thing. You do set up a charity and skim the top. Come on, guys. All or nothing is a rookie game.
Well, for what it's worth, we wound up with about 50 gold pieces before the guard found us. Not bad for half a day's work.
Kind of not.
50
kinda
gold,
right.
half a day. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm
not too
still
bad.
I'm still eyeing the Lunas, the anti-Lunas, and I'm just whisper to them in Druidic. It is Druida, which is, are you a druid?
The anti-Lunas looks at you with no comprehension whatsoever.
You're not even a druid? All right, somebody stop me.
Moonchild. We gotta calm all the way down. And you know what? I can try to see what you were doing. I really could. I can see your perspective on the whole scam. However, putting that aside, what you really need to worry about now, you really have to hope the real 5-point strike isn't still out there. And you really have to hope they feel charitable when they find out what you've been doing with their identities.
I'm sure the real
as they
5-point
are.
strike is dead.
Please tell me Sobus comes in around this time. Are you already in here, Sobus? Because
Yeah, I've been following the guards. Wherever they direct me to go, I go with no speech.
I'm gonna put my hand on Sobus's arm and just be like, yeah, good dragonborns. Really hard to find.
yep.
Still no speech, but doesn't freak out whenever you do that.
At this moment, a loud voice, which is obviously being amplified with thaumaturgy, bellows out, and you can hear it throughout the palace. As punishment for impersonating the honorable dead, fraud, and burglary, you are sentenced to 7 years imprisonment and a 3,000 gold piece fine.
Well, our hearing was swift.
7 years bad luck, right?
Can we tell? Is that for the group that's?
That's for the group that's currently in their hearing at the moment.
Oh, okay. That wasn't directed at us.
Got it. That was. I thought this was like for all of us to hear.
No.
No, it's being basically broadcast,
Got it.
essentially. But
This
that
is
is
what you get.
that is apparently what the going rate is for impersonating the honored dead, is a 7-year prison sentence.
7 years. Wow, that's
Big oof.
I wonder if that's any honored dead or us honored dead.
Gloriosa's duplicate will speak up. That's what most have been going for, because it's not just the honorable dead, but it's also a member of the government. Plus, it's considered fraud.
Wait, that's how most. How many imposters have there been sentenced already?
Probably a dozen.
There's a room full of 12 wayfucks out there, just, Robin wayfucks all grouped in by the dozen?
I can't.
Robins, yes.
Why was I the pick? Why am I the fan favorite?
Because you're the face.
And you're human.
That's true, but
Popular.
how? Okay, were they at least pretty? If they're going to pass for me, did they look pretty?
Not as pretty as you.
You're only saying that because it's true. However, I need to know how big the legend has grown.
Well, at this rate, it sounds like we'll be through our hearings in about an hour. You'll be able to meet the rest of them in the prison.
I'm going to need your head to come down just just a wee bit there.
That is what she said, but still, we need. All right, there's got to be ways to prove that we are us. It's going to be very difficult to fake a Sobus, so maybe that helps.
It will help.
If we could get a long rest, I could change again.
I don't see that
Sleeping
happening.
does not seem
was out
to
of-
be
that was
an
out of game.
option.
Sorry.
Well, Sobus is likely to be clocked as soon as possible. And I guess we have to hope he will vouch for us.
I don't have my cookie back, right?
No one's stuff was taken because you all came in peacefully.
Yeah, why
Okay.
wouldn't you have your cookie back?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. All right, so might as well wait here and, tell them what we are.
The guards come and grab the other group and start herding them into the audience chamber.
Goodbye.
I just look.
Good
I just
luck.
look. I just look at the lunacy.
Are there still guards watching us for signs of casting?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Lunas,
Yes,
can I have a cookie?
sure. And I start handing cookies to everybody.
Thank you.
How are you holding up? I mean, I'm going to services and be like, "Do you want a cookie?"
So he kind of has this 1,000-yard stare. Not that he's actively ignoring you, but it looks like his mind is elsewhere.
Okay. I try to touch his hand. Does he allow me to?
Yeah, he kind of jerks a little bit.
I'll just touch his hand and put a cookie, and I'm not gonna say anything. And close his hand.
Yeah. He'll hold it in his hand and just kind of... He's just gonna hold it, but still, mind actively elsewhere, but he has the cookie. He has accepted cookie.
It's his emotional support cookie.
My thunder buddy.
And I hand cookies to everybody.
I'm not worried. They've got to recognize us, right? Not worried a little. Not worried even a little.
All will be well, Glory. We'll be fine.
I said I'm not worried.
Really?
Robin.
Because you kind of sound like you are.
Robin takes the cookie that he's holding in his hand and he walks over to Sobus, who is sitting on the ground. We said
You're muted. Muted.
You're muted.
there's a
Yep. They've put us in like a cell or something, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's a big holding cell.
Okay, yeah. He is straight up in a corner, just staring off in no particular direction. Just at the wall with his cookie. Just
well then. Robin will walk over to Sobus, put his cookie on the ground in front of him, and say, "Sobi, if you can hear me right now, I fucked up. I did wrong. I thought it was the only way to save you. And all I want to know now is that there's still a chance."
he'll kind
Feel
of
free.
he'll pause for a second and then slowly rotate to where his back is facing Robin.
And that's fair. Robin says that out loud. And that's fair. And so Robin goes to the opposite end of the cell. Guessing it's an open front, set of bars.
Mm-hmm.
So Robin will just go as close to the open set of bars as he can, and facing out of the cell, just lean on the wall there.
And I guess we will wait.
Hey, Robin, do you remember the song that you used to play, like, when we were kind of younger? Like, the tune, I think it was, like, the first one you learned on your lute. It's kind of bouncy.
The song that we learned when we were younger.
It was like a drinking song. I mean, I don't think we knew that. I didn't. Maybe you knew that, but I don't think I knew that. But
Hard to forget. But I know the one.
Could you play it to pass the time, you think? Do you think the guards would get mad at you?
I look over at the guards and tell them, all right, I just shrug, hold my hands up and say, if I make a tiny lute become big and play music, am I going to get shot?
A tiny lute becoming big?
Other. As long as that wasn't a euphemism, no.
With
Well,
Robin, you never know.
Well, it's not anymore.
Here's your proof that this is the real Robin Wayfair.
And so Robin reaches into his jacket, pulls out his tiny lute, and flicks his wrist. It is now his full-size lute. And begins... Ha, ha, ha.
Finn, no.
Finn, always yes.
I just
And
have this... Go ahead.
He begins expertly handling his lute to produce the desired effect.
Can you keep moving, please?
Yes, okay. So Robin starts playing a little bit of music, and he's still kind of like, I'm just doing this. But it's almost like muscle memory at this point. It's a song that he knows by heart. And he's just kind of staring off into the distance. But then he just starts, well, at the end of the day, I like a little drink for to raise up my voice and sing. An hour or two with the fine brown brew, and I'm ready for anything. At the Cross Keys Inn, there were sisters for the landlord's daughter's fair. Every night she would turn out the light, and I'd tiptoe up the stair, singing, 1 for the morning glory, 2 for the early dew, 3 for the man who would stand his ground, and 4 for the love of you, me girl, 4 for the love of you. He looks over his shoulder to see like what the reaction on everybody is.
I'm gonna start singing along.
Well, I got the call to foreign shores to go and fight the foe. Got no more from the sisters for, but still I had to go. So I sailed away on a ship, the Morning Glory was her name. We'd all fall down when the rum went round, and we'd get up and start again, singing 1 for the morning glory, 2 for the early dew, 3 for the man who would stand his ground, and 4 for the love of you, me girl, 4 for the love of you. Robin's kind of like bouncing a little bit more with it. He's kind of putting a sideways glance over to Sobus to see any reaction. If there's anything happening.
Can I make him make a check, DM?
Ooh.
Sure. Give me a performance check.
Performance
Oh
check.
my God, Nate.
Can I help
No,
him
that's
out?
that wasn't the check I was meaning, but
Oh, what kind of check were you meaning?
a perception check.
Oh.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, because it has to be a perception check. I forgot where we were.
That is an perception 23, all things considered.
Okay. You can see the tip of Sobus's tail is kind of subtly tapping. Other than that, there is no reaction.
Oh my god.
How are the guards liking the music is the big question.
The guards seem to be enjoying it as much as they can. Their crossbows are still at the ready, but they're definitely tapping their feet, and there are a few soft smiles on faces. One of them sort of straightens up for a moment and then walks out.
How many of them are there?
There are 4. Now there are 3.
Perfect. So Robin continues, like, noticing that he has he clocked Sobus's small reaction, and that kind of encourages him a bit. He notices that the guards are a small audience now, and so he picks up the tune again as soon as he's done with the bridge between the verses on the lute. So I fared once more to me native fort, short farewell to the raging sea. But the cross keys in it was beckoning, and my heart was filled with glee. There on the shore were the sisters 4, with a bundle upon each knee. There were 3 little girls and a handsome boy, and they all looked just like me, singing 1 for the morning glory, 2 for the early dew, 3 for the man who would stand his round, and 4 for the love of you, me girl, 4 for the love of you. And Robin will end the song on the lute with a flourish and a bow.
Low key, like, that's a bop.
Yeah, it slaps.
Yeah.
And it's public domain because it is traditional music. It is 100% traditional folk music. It is public domain, people.
I wondered why our offstage oracle hadn't come in and
I was wondering why she
I was
wasn't
wondering,
yelling.
No, I put her wise to the idea that I do have some public domain ditties that Robin can pull out when needed. But biggest question, how do the guards do on a wisdom saving?
Uh-oh.
Hey, they won't know that they were charmed. They won't know.
Unless they pass.
It is enthralling performance. It is literally what I am here to do. Can you tell the rainbow be a little less colorful? No. Can you tell Robin stop being so glorious? Also no. Can you tell me if these guards have been charmed by my song?
I sure can. I'm going to put the roll in the Discord because you won't believe me otherwise.
Oh, God.
Oh, go into that tab with a quickness. You! Man! The agents of Storm are well trained.
Yes.
Nanomachines. They've all got nanomachines.
Oh, God, that's amazing.
Nanomachines.
It's the only way that they would resist the magical charms of Robin Wayfair. But man, resisting my charms is something that apparently lots of NPCs are really good at doing.
So that was a natural 20 for their resistance.
Oh my gods. Okay.
You just turn to Lunes, and he has his back leaning against the wall and his eyes closed, and you just hear.
Well, at least somebody got some benefit out of it.
So let me look up Charm Person here.
That was
I assume
really
that's what you were casting?
No, that's enthralling performance. That is a class feature for Glamour Bards. Once per short rest, I can choose 4 creatures that watched and listened to you perform for a minute. They make a saving throw, charm for an hour if they fail. Do not know that I was trying to charm them.
Okay.
Oh, they don't know. Oh, good. That's good.
They do not know. If I charmed them in this way, they do not know I was trying to charm them. That is exactly why I did that.
Is this a stupid friendship thing? Because that's never worked.
If a target succeeds on its saving throw, the target has no hint you tried to charm it.
So, the guard that stepped away comes back with a half elf in tow that it's really tough to tell whether they're male or female. They're very androgynous, wearing simple long robes, red chased with what looks like not quite silver thread, but some sort of almost crystalline sort of thread. They're very well dressed. The clothes appear extremely well made and high quality. And the elf comes with the escort of the guard. And the guard says, "Prisoners, you have a visitor."
Hello.
I'm told by someone who would know that you're not imposters. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Depends on your source.
No, it's accurate. Whatever. What?
I think your Lunez is asleep.
He's fine.
Do we need to wake the Moonchild?
No, anyway. I'm here with a message for the real 5-point strike.
Well, you're in the
You
right
found
place
him.
to deliver.
She turns, or the elf turns and looks at Sovis. Big B, do you remember what the name we decided on for Sovis was? Do I have to go and look it up?
No, I have it. It's right here. Once I figure out what tab I'm looking for, there we go. You're referring to his actual name.
Yes.
That would be Osi.
OC, that's right. I have a message for OC.
I thought you said you had a message for 5-point strike.
Sobus will turn around.
Does Robin know that? That's what I thought. It didn't come up in our previous discussions on background.
Sobus barely knows it.
Glorious is kind of glancing over to Robin and then at the person. Like,
Yeah, Sobus suddenly looks very concerned and is looking at this person.
I'm sorry, but that's not a name that I know.
Mm-mm.
It looks like at least one of you remembers.
Gonna turn around and notice Sobis and be like,
What's your message?
She's proud of you. And she hopes to be able to see you as soon as all of this is taken care of.
Okay, cool. Sobus doesn't say that. That's all Big B. Okay, cool.
Glorious is gonna go ahead and put her hand on like his shoulder and like rub his shoulder.
Yeah, exactly, Vex. One little tear is just gonna well up in one of the eyes, and like not sobbing, but like a tear will stream down his face, and he just nods head. Do I know this person? Have I ever seen this person?
Give me a perception check.
All right. Perception.
My whole entire heart right now.
Yeah, for real though.
Vex
Oh.
came in clutch.
Come on.
You have an advantage you can use.
Oh, I do. I'm using it. I'm using it right now. For the second time, I will be using my advantage on a probably useless perception check.
On a story check, it's not useless.
That is much better. That is much better. That is a 21.
This elf you saw on the boat talking with your mother when they were coming into harbor.
Got it. Got it. I'm gonna try something. In Draconic, I will say, tell her I'll be there soon.
The elf nods.
Oh. Kind of going out on a limb. I was like, I don't know if this person speaks Draconic, but I'm gonna try this.
I think most elves do, because Alma does.
Oh, noted.
Draconic is also the language of magic on Utharian, so it's a little more common than just among dragon.
Got it.
And with that, the elf will turn and exit the jail.
And Sobus will resume his slightly more shaken than previously, but is still kind of 1,000-yard staring, just kind of trying to process everything that has just happened.
All right, and I think that is a great place for our break.
Oh God, it's break time already?
It is.
It's a little early, but I think it's a good timing for it.
All right.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes ahead of the halfway.
Nice. All right. Stretch your legs, everyone.
Yeah,
We will be back.
Take care and breathe and all of that. It is 12:17 p.m. on the East Coast. Let's aim to be back by 12:30.
Sounds good. See you guys in a little bit.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for your patience. I hope everybody had a good break, stretched, got some water, some drinks, food, all of those good things. Took care of the biological mecha suits that we all ride around in. When last we left our heroes, they were in jail, having just watched as a party of imposters got trotted out and hauled off to their trial.
They got the trots.
Robin played some beautiful music for everyone and lightened the mood a fair bit. Didn't lighten the mood a ton for the guards, but only
They're
so much you
made
can
of
do there.
stone. They're made of stone. Nanomachines.
They kind of are.
But we're going to go ahead and pick right back up where we left off. The booming voice that announced the sentence previously booms again and announces the same sentence: 7 years, 3,000 gold pieces. And
Lunas
this
wakes
time,
up.
the guards come to the door. Obviously, we've been lenient with your carrying weapons to this point, but obviously you won't be able to have them in the presence of the queens.
Obviously.
If you leave them here on the table, we'll make sure that you receive them upon your release, or that they are stowed for your prison term, whichever it happens to be.
I'm sorry, are these other imposters going to still remain here while we go? Because I'm not leaving my stuff behind with them.
They're pointing to a table with the over on the guard side, not in the cell.
Sobus is taking off his javelins and hand axes, and
The other parties already, they did not come back to this cell after their sentencing.
Oh, okay.
They're being taken to prison as opposed to the holding cell.
Robin removes his dagger, places it on the table, and his sling and the bullets for the sling, lay them on the table as well.
I don't want to leave my cookie back here.
I don't think that counts as a weapon.
I assume
You
they're
can keep-
referring to
You
like.
can keep the cookie bag.
Okay.
I assume they're referring to like arcane focuses and like
Yes.
if you have
Yeah,
a
I
wand
mean-
of fireballs or some crazy
Yeah.
thing.
I'll go ahead and put down my dagger and the crossbow that I carry but never use.
I take out my scimitar. Give it to him.
Oh, I forgot you had that. It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Alma will set her dagger, her crossbow, the bolts on the table. She will take her crystal out of her side bag and just like rub it just a little bit and look at the guard standing there and say, if anything happens to this, I will kill you. Is that understood?
Nothing will happen to it. We will keep it safe.
She sets it on the table and gives one final side eye to the guard.
Why do you threaten everybody?
Sass level 6,000.
Alma, why do you threaten everybody?
It's
Like,
over
why?
9,000, thank you.
Oh, my mistake.
The real question is not why does Alma threaten everybody? Why is she trying to intimidate a hammer? We have discussed this already.
She's angry.
Because
Angie.
she's pissed off
She is very angry.
Angie.
that she wasn't able to stab that bitch in the throat.
Oh my
Right.
God.
I feel you. I
We're
feel you.
still on that.
All right. Anyways, continuing on.
The guards will escort you up into the audience chamber where Calliope, and Ilmare are standing in judgment over what looks like the last group as they're being let out. They're being let out a bit more forcefully than they were led in. They seem to be protesting, but there's not any sound coming from where they're speaking.
Wait, what?
It sounds like it looks like someone has cast a silence spell on that section of the audience chamber to drown out the wailing of the condemned.
Do any of them have a dragonborn with them, by the way?
Not that you see in the audience chamber now.
Wait, so this is all of the imposters currently?
That's the last group that you saw that was in the cells
okay.
beside you guys.
All right, well, I turn to, I look at Glorios and I say, I guess that now makes a baker's dozen of way fucks.
There's no one else like you, Robin.
That's clearly on display.
The herald for the queens steps forward. Are there names you wish to give that are not the names of the honorable dead, or do you wish to maintain that these are your true identities?
Your Majesties, we cannot give you any other names because we are 5 Point Strike. I'm Gloriosa.
Being Robin Wayfair, I do have several other aliases. However,
Not
Robin
for
Robin
court.
Wayfair.
Not
I'm
for
proving
court.
that I am the real Robin Wayfair. What am I going to say? That I don't have aliases? That would be the fake Robin.
Not
I
for
am
court.
Robin Wayfair.
Oh my
Things
God,
that
Robin.
People call you are not for court.
Guts.
If this doesn't prove that we're the real 5 Point Strike, I don't know what will. She's gonna look at them and in Elvish say, "Mein Name ist Alma Verfolgt."
And I am Lunas Velasco. Would you like a cookie?
No cookies at this time, thank you.
Okay.
And that's Sobis.
Yeah, she says that. Silvis doesn't do anything.
Queen Calliope is going to cast a zone of truth on this area. Are there any objections?
None.
Wait, so the queen is sitting here watching this right now?
Both queens and Ilmari are right there.
I can offer a faster solution if you would like, your highnesses. No objection to the zone of truth, mind you.
Just let them do the zone of truth. Just let them do the zone of truth.
I love
But
that Glorious' soul. Like, please, just let it.
But her magnificence has sent to Robin Wayfair before. And if she sends to Robin Wayfair again, only the real Robin Wayfair will receive.
We have heard tell that the Academy of Arcane Arts has been working on a redirection of sending and scrying.
Really? That's fascinating. Zone of truth away. Zone of truth away. Zone of truth. Do it.
Calliope stands up and raises her holy symbol and casts Zone of Truth on the area.
Question about Zone of Truth.
Yep, it is saving throw time, but go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah. So, like, you can't lie, but
You are not forced to answer.
Okay. That was okay. You can just choose not to say anything.
Yeah, you can choose not to say anything.
Copy. Okay. Incoming saving throw.
Let me find out
What
exactly
kind of saving throw?
I am pulling that up. Zone of Truth is a charisma save DC 16. You may choose to fail it if you wish.
I choose to fail.
I mean, I got a 14, so I'm not that worried.
Do the queens know if we have
Yes.
made the saving throw? Okay, so
the
I choose
caster knows whether each creature succeeds or fails.
to fail.
So I am rolling physical dice. I got a nat 20.
Okay. Sobis?
I got an 8.
Okay. Calliope turns and looks at Alma, pauses a moment, and then points at Elmare. The two of them look at each other, and it's pretty clear that they're conversing silently through spell.
I mean, it's not out of character for Alma.
Ilmare is willing to vouch for this Alma as being the authentic one. So we will assume that what you are saying is true. However, there are still questions as to what happened that we would like to ask.
Can we answer them in private?
This audience chamber is actually empty, save for the Queens, the Herald, and Elmare.
Oh,
Okay.
Question withdrawn.
Who is the Herald?
The Herald is a young elven man who is there, that is obviously the one whose voice has been amplified by thaumaturgy.
Am I correct in assuming that this is the person that's like, now presenting so and so? Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Does anyone recognize the Herald? Is he part of the group that Alma
He's
had
been
to
around
put in
for a
line
while.
last time?
He's been around for a while. He was not one of the ones that was put in line last time, but he's been there for as long as Calliope has ruled.
No, that was the map maker. Ask away.
First, let us ascertain that your companions are who they say they are.
Oh, no.
I would like to make a persuasion check to vouch for them.
Sure.
That is a 16 plus 8, so 24.
Calliope rolled a natural 20 on her insight and has a plus 8 because it's wisdom and she's a cleric.
Very fair.
Yeah, worth a shot.
Gloriosa, your question is this. Which member of 5 Point Strike is most likely to lead you into trouble?
Oh, God. Absolutely,
Remember,
Robin.
you are under a zone of truth.
Robin. 1,500%.
But you still follow him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this because you have a crush on him?
What?
I love Kyle so much.
Don't follow him because I have a crush on him. No.
Does it get zone of truth?
We don't know.
Notice the wording. Notice the wording of the response. She didn't say I don't have a crush on him. She said I don't follow him because I have a crush on him.
I follow him because I believe he's going to do great things, and he does some questionable things along the way. But I believe that he has his heart in the right place to make the world a better place and to make Dawn's Harbor a better place. So that is why I follow him.
Calliope nods. Robin Wayfair, your
Present.
question. By what right do you claim to be able to lie to the rightful sovereigns of this city and country?
by no right that the law would call legal. However, I played in secrecy because I did not trust in the security of the court. It had nothing to do with my trust in your highness's ethics, only in the airtight security of your court.
Lunez,
Yes.
where did you get the cookies from?
Professor Archibald.
Sobis, did you utilize your authority as executioner when killing Snall Dimchest?
Yeah.
That's too much big words.
Yes.
Calliope will look at her wife, and Calliope removes the zone of truth. In the future, if you doubt the security of the court, send us a message privately. And we won't have to go through embarrassing questions.
In my humble defense, I only just learned sending. In the future, the option is available.
You only learned it today.
No. It was...
Nick, can I clap my hand over Robin's mouth? Can I put my hand over his mouth?
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Can we both do it?
Everyone's hands.
Let's both go.
We are so sorry. Very, very sorry to have worried you and to have accidentally deceived you. It was not on purpose. The zone of truth's down, right? You said?
Yes, the zone of truth is now
Okay,
down.
good, because that was a lie.
Only I can lie.
Now all of you are able to lie at this point.
Woo, good.
Fantastic.
Man, there's one question they could have asked that would have made that conversation real awkward.
Right?
Yeah,
There's actually several.
We're very, very sorry. It was unintentional. It was an accident, and we appreciate you taking the time to verify before throwing us in prison. Thank you. Sorry.
Alma's gonna slowly take her hand off.
Yeah,
of
same.
Robin's face.
Thanks.
Calliope closes her eyes and casts another spell. And about a minute later, 2 guards come in with Snall Dimchest's body.
Did you search it?
There wasn't much to search. His robe had a few odd coins in it, but that was about it. We have 2 choices here, 5 Point Strike. We can resurrect this one, or we can question it. My recommendation would be to question it, because at this point it has been dead long enough that full revivification is expensive. And to do so to one destined to die by our executioner's hand seems a waste. That said, if you believe that we need more than 5 questions, then perhaps we should.
Your Majesties, you will want more than 5 questions. If you only speak to the dead, your first 5 answers will only leave you wanting more, especially with this one. If I may speak openly, Your Highnesses.
Speak freely.
If I may also ask the permission of the ladies of my party to speak openly.
I already said what I wanted to say. We're good.
Whatever you want to do.
Gotta love a green light like that.
Sorry, Robin.
Your Highnesses, we found... Is it common knowledge how the contracts work? DM?
Relatively common knowledge, yes.
Okay. In our travels and our investigation, we have found that this individual holds at least one, if not several contracts with him, and is very likely to know the location of more contracts either held by the Impricks themselves or by their subordinates. As you know, the only way to destroy said contracts is by fire to the original artifact itself. Only way to nullify them. The one contract we know for a fact Snall held when he came to Dawn's Harbor is the one of Sovus Baynor.
All right. We will raise it. Calliope reaches into a pouch on her waist and pulls out a large diamond. The body has been restored with its jaw put back into place.
I'm sure they probably confiscated the lower jaw from from Sovus.
Yep.
I get that.
5-point strike. Will you stand surety that this one will not bring harm to the queens, or do we need to bring in guards to do so?
We really like our weapons for that, but well equipped, of course we would.
That is fair. Calliope sends the herald out of the room, and the herald comes back with a wheelbarrow carrying all of your gear and sort of wheels it into the chamber. It's obvious that he's not used to this kind of manual labor, but secrecy being what it is, here we are.
He's trying.
Now, see that there, I've got to hand it to you. That is actually very impressive, Your Majesty. Snall is like awake and conscious right now?
Not yet. They haven't cast it, but they are preparing to cast that spell. It takes about an hour to cast, so...
Then never mind what I was about to say. Robin was not going to go say anything. He was going to direct a comment at Snall, but...
Actually, let me double check and make sure that the 35.
Yeah, it's 1 hour.
I'm pretty sure it's on 1 hour. Yeah, it's been longer than an hour. So it is raised dead time, which is 10 days. So Calliope will start to cast that. It takes about an hour. During that time, your weapons will be restored. Any items that you had are restored. And Calliope will offer Robin a very ornately chased obsidian box that is run with gold and platinum all along its edges. This was found on the ship. I suspect it is what you and Sovus are looking for in particular.
But no one has investigated the contents.
it was determined that it would be best if you two chose to do so rather than have us loot for you.
Has it been inspected for magical or mundane traps?
Yes. All of those have been disarmed, as best we can tell.
In that case, how big of a box are we talking? Like, could be held in one hand? Kind of deal?
It can be held in one hand. It's about 9 inches by 12 inches.
Well, if that's the case, and especially if it's what we suspect it to be, Robin turns to Sobus and looks at him. I don't know if Sobus is meeting my gaze at this point or not.
Sobus is similar to how he was in the warehouse, faced towards Snall, axe on the ground in front of him, on his knees, without breaking eye line with Snall. Will just put his hand out.
Robin sits down next to Sobus and sets the box down between us, saying, "This is it, buddy. You get to choose everything from this point on."
And Sobus will open the box.
Inside the box is a very familiar piece of paper with very detailed fine print on it. And at the bottom, the signature of Snall and the signature of one Sobus.
Which the signature at the bottom would say, let me get to it again.
OC.
Yeah, it would say OC Banor.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm now holding. I would like to pick it up.
You can.
Uh,
It feels faintly magical even when you pick it up. There's enough magic associated with this paper that even just touching it sort of tingles along your fingers a little bit.
mm-hmm. Sobus is gonna stand up and go to like the edge of the room, like not far away from everybody, but like he's faced towards the wall, is just kind of looking at the contract, kind of running his claws across it, before whoever's closest to Sobus can definitely smell burnt ozone. And wait, oh no, we haven't long rested. I don't think I have it. Hold on.
Yeah, there has not been a long rest yet.
Do you not get your breath weapon back after short rests?
Oh, I
thought that
do.
was a short rest. Yeah.
It
We've
is a
been
short rest.
sitting for a while.
Yeah, you guys absolutely get a short rest.
Yeah. So I totally do have it. So whoever's nearest to Sobus starts to smell burnt ozone, and I would like to lightning breath straight through this contract.
Okay. You do and destroy it in the process.
As it turns to ash in my hands, I just kind of go like this, and then I will turn around and resume my seated position, waiting for Snall to awaken.
This is out of character, but fuck yeah, Sobus.
He is laser focused.
And then you said it was Calliope who presented us with the box, or Calliope?
Yes. Calliope is busy casting Raise Dead.
Right. So Robin will turn to Calliope. Thank you, Your Highness. More than we can say.
Question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Does anything visibly different happen to my brand, or does it stay the same?
Your brand loses all of its metallic color to it.
So now it just looks like a
Goes to
burn.
just just like a burn.
Okay. And I will sit and wait. But
When the
whenever
hours-
I turn back around, everybody can see that just tears. That's it.
The hour comes to a close as Calliope is just about finished with her casting, and this time Calliope casts her own Zone of Truth. So if everyone will go ahead and give me a charisma save, 16 is the DC.
I choose
She's
to
not
fail.
intending this for us, right?
No, but it hits everybody in the area anyway.
Sure.
18.
Oh, a charisma save. Yay.
You're
Yes,
muted,
it's charisma save.
Nate.
You're muted, baby.
God bless America. We are in a zone with Snall.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I will attempt to save.
And you said the save was 16?
16.
Robin passes.
I choose to fail.
Okay.
Alma fails.
I make it.
Dope.
Well, at least you passed the one where you were going to get, hazed. If you're going to fail a Zone of Truth check, one where you're not expected to answer any questions is probably the one to fail.
Yeah.
That was the discussion between Calliope and Ilmare was, oh, she passed. Well, I guess we don't get to harass her, do we? Well, not with, embarrassing questions. All right, well, then I'll vouch for her.
So they knew who we were going into that. They just wanted to fuck with us.
Oh,
Of
big
course, because you messed with them by not telling them that you were...
You know
the
what?
queen
Respect.
is a bard, after all.
Respect. Just respect for that.
You didn't realize that from the question they asked?
I mean, I knew they were using the opportunity. I didn't know if it was like playing double service for truth telling and hazing at the same time.
No, they knew who you were. They were just trying to make a point.
And it
That's
was
what happens when
made.
your queen is a bard.
Makes sense.
Respect.
Snall wakes up in a daze and looks around, and I have to roll for him. So let me. Yeah, he fails. Miserably. That's good.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the names on him? Do they just disappear and heal?
No, he doesn't heal any sort of damages or things of that nature. He comes back to life at 1 hit point.
Wonderful.
Lunas was paying attention like a hawk about to kill his prey, like to the whole process of raising the dead.
Mm-hmm.
He was paying extra attention to that, like how they did it.
Yep, she is a cleric of the life domain, and it is an
Kind of their
expensive spell, but something that she can do.
No, I mean he's just memorizing or taking extra notes on that.
Yeah, makes sense. Calliope looks down at the kobold. Snall dim chest, you stand accused of some of the most heinous crimes that we have laws on the books for. Your life is forfeit. You will answer questions, or your last moments will be pure agony, of which you have yet to believe. If you answer our questions and are honest, then you will die peacefully, or as peacefully as can be. Robin, you had questions? The prisoner is yours to ask.
How many contracts are directly signed to you?
He ponders for a moment. I don't know an exact number. 2, maybe 300.
If you should die without these contracts being recovered, are they nullified or do they revert to your master?
They all have a clause that state that they will go to the Obsidian Blade upon my death.
Do you only report to the blade or also the chains?
I report to the Obsidian Blade. She does not share well.
How many more of the blade's subordinates are currently on the continent?
How many of my people did you kill?
That would be 4. 1. Your Majesty, the warlock, does she live?
Calliope nods for the moment. We were told that Alma wanted her particular revenge on her.
We'll call it 4.5.
To my knowledge, on this continent, there are maybe a dozen. Most of them are in Sobrin.
The contracts signed to you, where are they currently stored?
They're in special lockboxes back on the islands.
Was there any contract that you carried with you on this journey other than Sovis's?
Real contract or fake contract?
Both.
I don't carry real contracts on me. That would be foolish. I only bring fake ones.
Surely. How many real contracts are currently on the continent?
I have no idea. Very few, I would think, because they don't hold power over here.
How many contracts other than your own do you know the locations of?
Exact? None. I know where the Obsidian Blade's home is, and presumably where she keeps all of her things, but an exact location, I don't.
Mark for us where the location of the Obsidian Blade's home and her stores. He's going to need a map for this. Like, Robin looks around.
I have one.
Do you have a map of the Isles?
Do I?
Your Highness surely would have something of at least the general geography.
I don't know that they would have one that is accurate.
I don't think we have an accurate map of the Isles. I think we have to go with generalities. I have a rough one.
I only have the map of the stars.
Well, in that
If
case,
you have a rough map, I can try.
mark on this map the location of as many of the sisters' homes as you know, and the locations of all the contracts you know of.
He makes a mark roughly on the east coast of one of the larger continents, one of the larger islands, so to speak. This is the city where the obsidian blade resides. I don't have much better than that, other than it is the large palace on the hill. You really can't miss it if you're in the city at all.
And the contracts.
I assume they're in her vaults.
Well, then mark yours.
My home is in that city. My vault is underground, underneath in the basement of my home. There's a small trap door underneath the stairs that leads to a hiding place where I keep all of my boxes.
Are there any traps guarding these boxes and your vault, arcane or mundane?
There are mundane traps, yes.
And how would we disarm them?
Well, if you spot the tripwires, you could disarm the tripwires that way. If you missed the tripwires, if you don't have to breathe, that would help.
Certainly. What other hazards would be between someone and the contracts if we went to reclaim them?
Well, the guards of the city, for starters. The fact that I'm not back on the ship on its way home by now means that she will know that for whatever reason I was held up here and is likely to move on my home and take the contracts herself. And then you've got an Eldritch Knight, ancient black dragon in between you and the contracts.
How long until your master knows you are dead?
Well, she sends to me most days, so she'll probably know today or tomorrow if you kill me quickly. And don't even think about trying to get me to lie to her. That's not going to happen.
Oh, wouldn't dream. Would not dream. Robin will point a finger at Calliope and will cast message saying, if the scholars really do know how to thwart a sending, having that sending come to a fake Snall might come in handy in fooling and or learning something from the blade.
She nods. I'll send word to the academy to find out where they're at.
Robin turns back.
I don't understand. I thought Sobus's contract was held by the Emprix and not the Obsidian Blade.
The Obsidian Blade, and through her Snall Gym chest as part of a gladiatorial ring.
What do you know of the Emprix's doings on this continent?
She comes every so often for deliveries of workers. Her mines are by far the most extensive of any of the siblings. And so she needs more and more people every year to continue to excavate and bring up the ore.
What about the sisters' human appearances?
What about them?
What are they?
Well, I haven't seen the Emprix in theirs. Most of them are humanoid of some sort. The Obsidian Blades is human. She found that to be deeply ironic and funny that she would take a human form.
Hilarious.
What sort of human?
Strikingly beautiful, like everything that she does. She is by far the most vain of all of them.
How tall?
5.5 feet, maybe.
What color hair?
Red,
What color eyes?
black, like her namesake.
What color skin?
Very pale.
Does she have any tattoos or birthmarks or marks?
No, but she'll always be the best dressed in any room she walks into.
What
She
colors
makes
does
sure
she
of it.
favor? Black?
Black, almost exclusively.
Any aliases?
Not that I'm aware of.
Does she carry a weapon?
She has a gauntlet that allows her to change her armor and her weapons into mundane appearances. So she's almost always fully armored, even if she doesn't appear it. And her weapons are always at her side.
The other sisters. Do you know how they appear in their humanoid forms?
The siren is a striking blonde woman. Elven, I think. She who walks on the lake is most often seen in a very young guise, a copper-haired girl child, half elven. She likes to be underestimated.
How old of a girl?
Tweens, maybe?
What does that mean?
Do you not have a word for that in Elven? Not quite full grown.
Quinceañera age.
What we'd call shipping age. Glory. Tweens, early teens, dock workers would be employable.
Yeah. And then there's another one, right? There's a white one.
The Tyrant of Glass is a tall half-orc
Really?
with a blue mohawk that looks like it was dipped in ice.
Well,
Do any of them have established bases on this continent?
Not to my knowledge.
To your knowledge, and to the Blade's knowledge, what was being carried on the ship that exploded in Dawn's Harbor?
I don't know what the Blade knows.
And what do
I
you
know that the rumor I heard was that it was an egg. But I can't imagine that such a thing would be so easily found.
what were you going to do to Sobis if he had just come with you?
Put him back to work. He was one of the best gladiators I had in the arena. I'm given to understand he was doing pit fighting here as well, so it didn't seem like it was such a bad fit for him. That's how we found out he was here. He developed a reputation.
Well, that was a mistake.
How many fake contracts did you bring with you?
A dozen, one for each of the people that was with me.
Where are they currently?
Well, they were in my robe, but I'm assuming that they were destroyed during the fighting.
We will confirm. Do you currently know of any real or fake contracts that are held here on this continent?
No.
Do you know who the allies of the sisters are?
I mean, I know some of them. You killed a fair number of them earlier today. I
The
it's
big
stabbed
guys.
with it.
The big ones.
Most of them are over in the Isles, if that's what you're asking.
Who,
I don't know if they have any agents over here.
Who helped the Emprix ship people out so much? Or the Blade? Like, who
There's an
helps
entire
them?
city that's dedicated to it. Sobrin probably processes 1,000 people a year. More on some days.
The attack that supposedly killed us, what do you know about it?
Both ships sank with no survivors.
Who ordered the attack?
I think that was probably the Empress. That's more their style than anyone else's.
And how did the Emprix know what ships to attack?
From what I'm given to understand, the Empress hired eyes and ears throughout the city to see where 5 Point Strike was going, and then set people on anywhere that they went.
Your Highness, can this piece of shit send or receive any information while within your walls? Magically.
Not in the holding cells, no.
And how certain are we that when put to death again, he cannot be resurrected to tell tales?
Well, we can dismember the body, but even then, a true resurrection will still work. There's very little that prevents that.
Is there a way to make sure he does not remember what he has learned on the continent, even when resurrected?
Well, I can modify his memory some, but it doesn't go back that far, only about 10 minutes. I can get it as far back as... I can get it to the last week, but that's it.
Seems like a good precaution to take before the execution. But I needed to know before I ask another question.
I can certainly adjust his memory of this question at the very least.
Do you know anyone by the name, or who goes by the name, of Talia?
Not specifically. It's not an uncommon name, but I don't know of anyone off the top of my head. Should I?
I'm not answering your questions. You're answering ours.
Do any of the sisters use that as an alias?
Not that I'm aware of. But it's not an uncommon name. It's possible that one of them has used it as an alias at some point. I know the Obsidian Blade doesn't.
What are the Blade's plans for this continent?
She doesn't have any for this continent. It's not really something that she's particularly interested in. She will take indentures every so often when they catch her fancy, but she doesn't, as a rule, pay much attention to this continent.
Have you ever seen any of the sisters in their humanoid forms use a disguise self spell or be disguised by another spell in order to hide their humanoid forms?
The only humanoid form I've seen in person regularly is the Obsidian Blade, and while she has used such spells, it's not to hide who she is. It's to look different, to torment someone.
That sounds so charming.
Whatever you're going to do to me, whether I succeed or not in convincing you that I've been forthcoming, pales in comparison to what she'll do for fun, much less if she gets angry.
Perhaps we should let you go back to her then and let her know that you spilled all your guts to us.
You can try, but I'll jump off the boat on the way over.
Yeah, Sobis has already stood up and is now walking forward, is going to walk past everybody directly to Snall. He's going to put his great axe right under his chin and sort of direct his face to meet Sobis's gaze. And he's just going to say, "Do you remember him?"
Remember who?
And he'll remove his axe and poke him in the chest at each of the places that he's carved a name, hoping that it's still an open wound and it still kind of hurts. But
oh yeah, it does. I mean, I remember their names because they're carved into my chest, which is a trick you learned since you left me. That was certainly no barbarism you'd have done while you were over on the islands.
Wow.
He'll just kind of inhale, slowly exhale, and we'll look up at the queens.
You might want to modify that memory now, Your Highness.
Calliope will cast the spell, and essentially she changes the memory from asking that specific question to essentially nothing specific that would raise any cause for issue.
And I'll lean down real close to Snall and say, "Note it what I do next. I do for them. Not because you want me to." And I'll break his neck.
Okay. 1 hit point. He doesn't have a whole lot.
Yep.
Is it over?
It's over. Calliope will look over at Alma. I understand that you wished to deal with the warlock.
I don't know if it's worth it now, but before the guards came and so rudely interrupted, I was going to put her out of her misery.
Though she may have more information that Snall did not, he seemed to refer to them as somewhere near equals.
Can we be done? Can we go back?
Yeah, can we please go home?
We need to go back to the Crossed Keys. We need to get some rest. We need to tell Heloise we're okay. Can we just be done?
You
I
guys
wanna
can go.
take all my
I want to
keys.
talk to the warlock.
Are you sure? The
If you don't
queens
want,
will
if you guys don't want to stay and talk to the warlock, then go back to the Cross Keys. Let Helos know that we're fine. But
I'm only suggesting if you wanted to come back tomorrow, the queens will keep her here.
It's true. If you would rather get some rest before you deal with her, that is entirely possible.
she's gonna look to Elmare. Can you see what you can get out of her before we return?
I'll ask her some questions, certainly.
I have some very specific ones.
Do you want to leave them with me?
I will.
Then I will see what I can do to get those answers for you so that you don't have to.
Thank you.
Your Majesties, if it pleases the court, I would like to pay a visit to Snoll's ship.
You're certainly welcome to. The guards have it locked down, but they'll admit you upon arrival, certainly.
Right.
Which brings up the very important point. Snoll seemed to not realize he was carrying Sobus's real contract, but obviously the one Sobus destroyed was genuine. He might have made the same mistake with the other supposedly fake contracts he was carrying.
I don't think so.
It bears confirmation that if your highnesses could investigate those indentures that were on the ship and see if their brands have experienced the same change, it would be confirmation one way or the other.
What if it's a message? Why was it in that particular box, in an obsidian box, ornately detailed? If he was that surprised, it's possible she knew.
And that suspicion is valid.
And also, Glorious is going to be casting a message at Robin, like, didn't you specifically request from your deity that's what you chose Sobus, right?
Also, just as a note, Sobus is currently walking out of the room.
Bye, Sobus.
Just so everyone knows.
The lady revealed the answer to my question. I can hear what you're insinuating.
Is this in message or out loud or what?
You messaged me that?
Yeah, I messaged you, like, didn't you choose Sobus with your goddess?
And in message, Robin will respond, Aurora answered my question. I can hear your insinuation, and I'm already considering it myself. It bears confirmation if it is in hand. Check the brands of the other indentures that were on the ship. See if any of them are safe. But at minimum, as long as they're on this continent, their contract cannot be enforced. Your Highnesses, I ask that you please see to it that they are placed out of the reach of their masters.
All of them have been offered refugee status here. If they choose to take it, they may. If they choose to return, that is their choice. For all that we abhor these contracts and what they do, we will not take away anyone's freedom to choose.
Then I assume any crimes committed under that influence will be taken into consideration as well.
Yes.
Well, then in that case, I think it's time to go home.
Please.
All right. So is anyone going with Sobus, or are the other four of you going back to the crossroads?
Lunas is.
Lunas is going with Sobus?
Uh-huh.
Glorious is...
As soon as Sobus left the building, Lunas turned around and started following.
Yeah, Gloriosa saw that Lunas was going and then was like, oh, okay. And went back to Robin and Alma.
Robin's going to go together. You'll see Robin turn in the direction of the cross keys as we leave the palace gates.
Before Alma exits, she is actually going to address the queens and say, Your Highnesses, there is a gentleman on the docks who was inquisitioned by your men after you caught wind of our death. He is in bad shape, and I think that he needs to be compensated for the damage that has been done to him. He did not deserve that.
If you give us his name, we will see that he is compensated for the losses.
His name is Jeswick, and I appreciate that very much.
We'll see it done.
Thank you. I will return tomorrow with my questions for the warlock. And with that, she'll turn and she will exit. She's not going to walk with the group. She's walking by herself straight back to the cross keys.
All right. So Gloriosa, Robin, and Alma are headed to the cross keys. Lunez and Sobis are headed to the docks.
Yep.
And we are all headed to the final episode in 2 weeks.
You gonna leave us right there?
I'm going to leave you right there.
You.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
Simultaneously love and hate you.
Yep.
You beautiful bastard.
One more episode to go. There are still some pretty big fiery reveals coming. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for one of them.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
No.
I have so much more in store for next session. So that is in 2 weeks. That is October the 17th. Will be our finale for the season. As we've already said, this is season 1. We are coming back for season 2 in 2022. We will have some guests next episode as well, as some old friends return. And we'll see how things go. This should be quite the final episode. I'm hoping that it comes out as well as I hope. I'm going to go ahead and go around the room to say everything here. I think we are probably going to raid Rivals of Waterdeep at the beginning of their 11th season. And if not, we probably should. Big B, you had something?
Yeah. So for the final episode, is it going to be the same day as this? Are we just going to pick up?
Wants to know
like,
if he gets his long rest.
We need a long rest.
No. I don't care. I just want to be clear.
We'll discuss.
Okay.
Not that I care,
but it may be easier to start it the next day, and if so, then we'll have to do something recorded for Sobis's mother. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go around the room, tell everybody where we can find you. I'm going to go ahead and start off and let you know that the flagship campaign for Slady's ATL, which is now partnered with Chaotic Tiefling, is returning on October the 15th. That is the Friday before our finale. So please make sure you come and see that out. It is a fantastic series. It really is, with a phenomenal cast. Thank you, Nate. So make sure that you catch that as well. From the Siren Song with Love is going to be on Thursdays right here on Chaotic Tiefling ATL as the Sladies give us some more of their content as well. And let's go ahead and start. Lunez, Robo, where can we find you? What are you up to?
It's me, Robo Goblin. So it's still Hispanic Heritage Month. So on Saturday, we're going to have the Oops All Latinas event over on my channel, and it starts at 11 a.m. We're going to have 3 games. It's going to be, what is it? Kids on Brooms. It's going to be Pasión de las Pasiones, which I am GMing for the first time ever in front of a stream.
Ooh.
And the last one is going to be D&D 5e. And it's so super awesome. With awesome people. And that's on October 9th, Saturday.
All right. I also want to mention, as my producer is feeding things into my head here, the anniversary all-day stream for Sladies ATL is October the 23rd, and signups are still available. So if you check out the Sladies' various social media, which you can find around, and if you don't know where to find it, feel free to check in our Discord, and I'm sure there's a link there as well. You can get signed up for that to play in that big charity stream. There we go. There is the Discord, and there is the Sladies social media information, all at Sladies ATL. Miss Jessica, where can we find you all around the internets?
So you guys can actually find me alongside Finn in a couple of weeks on October 16th doing What Streams May Come. We are performing King Lear. So if you're interested in being part of that episode, please go ahead and let us know, because we will be casting here in the next few days to get ready for that. Of course, the day after that, we will be here on UL doing our season finale. And then on the interwebs, you can find me at Jessica Skell. If you just send me a friend request on Twitter, I will add you. So thank you very much.
Gloriosa, where do we find you?
Hello. I am on Twitch and also Twitter as Blaze of Gloriosa. And you can also find me on the Chaotic Tiefling Discord. We do gloriously bad movie nights every Friday night on my Twitch. We watched Tammy and the T-Rex, as well as Rubber, which is about a killer tire. We do that every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. At least for the next 3 weeks, it'll be Pacific time, and then it'll be Mountain time, because y'all change your clocks around. And then on Tuesdays, I stream games. So Tuesdays and Fridays, have lots of fun. Find me there.
All right. Master Finn, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Bloodhaven Bard. Of course, on What Streams May Come, hosting alongside the lovely Lady of Shadows, Jessica Skellington. Those casting emails should be going out in the next couple of days. So keep your eye on the emails for that, or look for any news in the Discord, where you could also post any questions about casting opportunities or what shows will be coming up for us. But yes, that's where you could find me. And
Big B, where do we find you on the internet?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at Big B's Hand. You can also find me on Twitch at Big B's _hand, where I occasionally pop up and stream and do fun things. Also, all through the month of October, I will be raising money for St. Jude Children's Hospital. So be sure to drop by for that. It's a little sporadic where and when I'm streaming, because there's lots of things. Lots of things are happening. That's it.
All right. And Miss Jessica, you have something for us.
Yes, I did not want to leave out of this stream without giving a special shout out to you, dear DM, and also D4 Dustin in the chat. Between the two of you guys, you have made my stream setup so fantastic, and I love you both, and I cannot thank you enough. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys both a public shout out and let you know that I appreciate it very, very much.
You're very,
Thank
very
you.
welcome. All right, and I have been told we are going to raid, and I am going to pronounce this wrong because I took French in high school because that's where the cute brunette went. La Trastienda, which is a Hispanic D&D channel. If either Miss Jessica or Robo would like to look in the Discord and tell me how to properly pronounce that.
La Trastienda.
La Trastienda. Excellent. We're going to raid them. So go ahead and let's go over there. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. It is definitely worth checking out. Bringing them all of our love and have a great time. And we will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
It's the Great Robo Pumpkin.
Charlie Brown.